Good morning, everyone. Let's Artemis has had to take her pup to the vet. So why don't we just go ahead and get this started? I'm dropping things over here. Why don't we just go ahead and get this started? And I'm gonna go ahead and do the intro so we don't have to backtrack when she gets here. So, trying not to drop my knitting in the floor. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Conversation Chair. I am your presenter, Dani, the Lethargic Glass, and my co-presenter and wee bairn, as I said, is at the vet with her pup. So we'll chat a little bit, and hopefully she'll pop up eventually. If you've never been here before, this is just a little chat show. We are here for your body doubling needs. We are here to be your audio ambiance, your background sound, your lost my thought for a second, but we are here to keep you company while you are doing the laundry, doing the dishes, taking care of your little rugrats. And if you are reading a book where the cover does not match the inside of the book, we're here to be with you. And that last bit is my real life because it is a book that I just started reading called Her Berry Spicy Valentine by Theodora Taylor. Part of my year this year is to try to read the things that I already have on my digital TBR. I don't have a physical TBR, to be read list, as people say. I don't have a stack of books. Hello, chat. Hello. I don't have a stack of books. I have like maybe 10 physical books that are sitting that I would like to read. And I usually save those for emergencies. You know, like when we go on a trip and we're stuck in the airport, I take a physical book. Or if we're on the cruise and I don't have Wi-Fi, you know, I like to have a physical book as a backup, just in case. But I also have a bunch of books that I have, like free digital books that I have downloaded, that I downloaded. Some of these I downloaded 10 years ago. They're still sitting there. And I have my lists of books that I mean to borrow from the library or what have you that I just haven't gotten around to. So this is the year, as I told my daughter, this is the year to use up stuff that we've got, finish outstanding projects, and get rid of the stuff we're not going to use. So that includes my digital life as well as my physical life. So this is a book that I've had on my list for a while, and you see, it has a very, if you read romance, this is a very, it's just going to be, you know, she's going to meet her guys and it's going to be a sexy book and it's going to be cute because, you know, you've got the pink and you've got the paws and whatever. This story is a bit crazy, but I will talk about it later because I think we are going to, not later today, but I think Artemis and I are going to do some videos, some pre-recorded, not live stream, some videos of me describing books to her. So I might save this book. I'm trying to save my craziest books to describe for her for videos. Since she is not here yet, we are going to flip our agenda list and we're going to do some of my shower thoughts first. And then hopefully she'll be here by the time we get to the rest of the list. Not that we have a lot to talk about, but As Ari, as far as the cruise, we are still working on it. We are going on a different ship this year. We are doing MSC, unless something changes at the last minute. We're doing MSC instead of Carnival, but he's still working on how long a cruise, which cruise we're. So we'll get to you shortly. Trust me, we won't forget you. We won't forget you. We won't leave you out. Okay, so one of the shower thoughts that I have had this week is I was watching a video. Um, I was watching a reaction video. Y'all know I love reaction videos. I was watching a reaction video, and it was this Gen Zer reacting to one of those videos where they count down, things from the 70s that aren't around anymore, or whatever. And this particular video was talking about stores in the mall that aren't around anymore. And that led, the YouTuber started talking about how malls are empty, which is true. We've discussed that on here before. How malls are empty, but a lot of people in his comments kept talking about social anxiety and how people nowadays have social anxiety because they don't have places to hang out like the mall. And the whole time I was watching that, I was thinking to myself, because I'm a Gen Xer, I had social anxiety when malls were up and running. Malls were the thing, and I still had social anxiety. So I think there may be two. That made me think that there may be two kinds of social anxiety, because I had all the opportunities in the world. There were third spaces, as they call them now. There were third spaces around that I could go to hang out with people if I wanted to hang out with people, but I didn't want to hang out with people because I'm not. I mean, in a controlled group, like if there's just like maybe two of us, me and two other people, I could handle that. I'm not good with like big crowds and things like that. So I wouldn't want that anyway. Modern society is perfect for me, where I am at home. I don't have to talk to people. I can, deal with people via chat. I don't even have to call them. That works great for me because I am not very much of a face-to-face person. I visit my best friend once a month, and that's my face-to-face for the month. I'm good. That wears me out. I don't need any more. Outside of my family that lives in this house, of course. But then I think there is another kind of social anxiety that has been born of younger people not having the opportunity to have these third spaces, not having the malls to hang out at and stuff. So now when they are put in a position to ask somebody on a date or do things like that, they freeze up because they haven't had a chance to practice that kind of thing. And so I think there are more people who have social anxiety who probably wouldn't have if we hadn't had the pandemic and just the society that we have now, where people are isolating themselves because of technology, because of phones and social media and what have you, makes it so much easier for you to talk to people from afar, so they don't know how to talk to people when they get up close on somebody. I mean, I barely knew how to do it. Like I said, I had all the opportunities in the world to practice it, and I barely could do it. But if I'm given enough time, if I'm given a little bit of notice, I can do it. Like if I know, like when we go on the cruise, like we just mentioned, when we go on the family cruise, I know all year that that's coming up. I've got time to psych myself up to, I am going to be with lots of people. So I know how. So by the time we get to that point, I know how to behave. I can talk to people. I can go up to the counter and order my food. I can do all the things I need to do because I've had all year to psych up. Or even my visits to my best friend, I have a month before I have to get out there and we're gonna go. Um, what looks like Artemis says in chat that she's gonna be here shortly. But when I know next month we're gonna go to the game cafe and I'm gonna have to talk to people and I'm gonna have to order my food and I'm gonna have to do. But also repetition helps with that, at least for me. And I think for some of these younger people who are having social anxiety, I think repetition would help for them because it's easier for me if it's a place that I've been to before. If it's not a place like on the cruise, like this cruise that we're taking in this year is going to be a different cruise line, a different ship. So I might have a little more anxiety than I usually do simply because this is not the cruise line we go on. I don't know their routines. I don't know, the order of things that, we're going to drive down there and then we're going to check in here and then we're going to do this and we're going to do that. I know each cruise line does it their check-in process a little bit different. I don't know how this check-in process is going to be. I don't know how long the lines are going to be. I don't know, all these things, all these unknowns may cause a little more anxiety for me. But like when we go on Carnival, we've been going on Carnival for many years. So I'm used to what the routine is, how the check-in is going to be, what the food is going to be like, how, what dinner is going to be like, just all the things. I'm used to it all. So that makes me less anxious. And we tend to go with the same group of people. So, of course, I'm not anxious with my children, but like, their friends, their partner, Ari has come with us several times. So now I'm used to Ari. So I'm not going to be uncomfortable as if, the first time that he came with us. Oh. Just talking about social anxiety is making me work up a sweat. I swear, I think some of these hot flashes are triggered by stress for me. I swear that is the case. As soon as I start talking about something that gets me a little bit bothered, then I get hot and bothered. But anyway, that was my thoughts on social anxiety. I just think that sometimes some people are developing social anxiety where they don't have to have it. I think it's a little bit like diabetes, which bear with me, that sounds a little crazy, but I know that there are people who are born with diabetes. They've got the type 1. They're born with it. There's nothing they can do to get rid of it. It's just, it's there. But then there are the type 2 diabetics who most of that is brought on by lifestyle, by, your eating habits, if you're eating healthy, if you're exercising, if you're that kind of thing. And that's how I feel about this anxiety. I think there's some people, whether it's me, like a Gen X, or even young people, who are going to have social anxiety no matter what. It's just going to be there. But I think there is a new class of people who have it because of the circumstances. And if they were able to get, which is dangerous to say though, because you never know which is which. But I was about to say, if they were able to get a little more practice in some of these social situations that I grew up with, then maybe they wouldn't have this anxiety. But again, almost hesitate to say that, because that's the kind of thing that people would say to me about, oh, if you would practice, it would get better, and blah blah blah. And I have gotten better at what they call nowadays call masking, where I pretend that I'm an actress and this is a role, and I am pretending to be this person who likes to be out in public and blah blah blah. And that's why I say I need to have advance notice, because I have to prepare for my role. So I have to prepare, I have to run through my lines in my head and prepare for my role, so that I can go out there and act like the person who doesn't feel uncomfortable in these kind of situations. But I'm still uncomfortable. Just like you see, I know you may or may not have read like actresses who you see them in all different kinds of roles. I was thinking, one actress I was thinking of in particular was Kim Basinger, from way back in the day. But there are other more modern actresses where it sometimes you see it and you think to yourself, that doesn't match. But it's like, because you see them do wild roles, but then they don't want to be in public. They don't want to walk the red carpet. They don't want to do, and they say that they are introverted, and you think to yourself, how can they do that? But I can relate to how they can do that, because they put themselves in the role. They have their words. They practice. They can do all that. But then when they have to walk the red carpet, that's just like real life. And it's like they don't have a script for that. So they'd rather be at home. But, well, welcome to our guest today.
Hello.
So nice of you to join us. This is our guest speaker, Artemis the Fatigued.
Welcome to my TED Talk. Today we're going to be talking about how I should still be able to get my direct deposit even if it's a holiday, because the computers don't need to take holidays.
You would think.
It will never make sense to me. I will always be mad about it.
Let's move to life updates.
Yeah, it is so dark.
I already did the intro and everything without you, so.
You did the whole intro? For real?
Yeah, I did.
The audio ambiance, the background sound?
Yep, sure did, so we don't have to rehash it. But I agree with you on the because I have a similar issue with just using websites in general. Because technically, like when I started this job, technically, you need more light. When I started this, well, it's all right. You'll be all right. I don't need you running around looking for more light. But, oh, that looks good. That looks bad.
Okay.
That looks good right there.
Figure this out.
But, yeah, when I started this job, it was like, oh, it's been 8 years now. I can't believe I've been doing this for 8 years. But they were like, well, you don't have a schedule. You can work whenever you want to work. But in reality, I figured out, that doesn't necessarily work, because you would think computers don't sleep. But try going on one of these computers and uploading appeals or medical claims and stuff around 7, 8, 9 p.m. They're like, no.
Wild.
And it's not even that they say, it's not like they put up a message and say, okay, this one website I use where they do have a message up saying this ain't gonna work after 9 o'clock. They tell you up front, if you are uploading stuff, upload between these hours, because our computer's doing maintenance after that. And I appreciate that. Let me know that. But the rest of them don't have a notice or anything. But all of a sudden, you try to do something at 9 o'clock, and it's like, no.
See, maintenance I can kind of understand.
What'd you say?
Maintenance I can kind of understand.
Yeah.
But you're not doing maintenance all of Saturday and Sunday. You're not doing maintenance all of Martin Luther King Day. Like, why should my deposits have to rely on the hours that the people have to be in the bank.
Because that feels like that's something that should be automated.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The internet continues working all day, every day, 24/7.
Mm-hmm. That feels like it should be automated.
To those in the chat, yes, we are playing Beat Saber tonight.
So, tell us about the vet trip round 2.
Yes. So last week we tried to take my dog to the vet to get, anybody who doesn't know, she has breast cancer. And so we were taking her to the vet to get x-rayed. Sorry, also I am sick again. I feel like I've been sick all this entire winter. But we were taking her to get x-rayed to determine if the tumor that she has, if anything has spread to her lungs, because if anything has spread to her lungs, then there's no point in doing any kind of operation. We took her last week, and last week they gave us some medicine, and they're like, give her this medicine the night before and the morning of, so she'll be a little bit mellow, and then we'll put the muzzle on her and check her, give her an x-ray or whatever. What they failed to realize is my girl's built different. And so we gave her the medicine and took her into the vet, and she was saying, and so they're like, so I don't think we can do this. And we're like, yeah, we don't think. And they're like, so we could just give her a shot and knock her out and do it that way. And we're like, yeah, sure, let's do that so that we can figure this out. And they're like, well, did she eat? And we're like, we gave her the breakfast this morning hoping that it would calm her down and the meds would work. And they're like, so we can't actually put her under if she has eaten, so that she doesn't like vomit and aspirate while she is knocked out. So they gave us an elevated dose of the medicine that we needed to give her. We had to bring her back today. So we gave her the medicine last night, gave her the medicine this morning. She was still, she was like a little bit more chill, but she was still like, we have a reactive dog. She's a rescue. We have a reactive dog. We know she's a reactive dog. And so what we ended up having to do was we gave her the medicine, we brought her into the vet, and then we had to put a muzzle on her, throw a towel over her face. Well, I put her in a headlock, and then the doctors checked her heart to make sure she was okay, and then gave her a shot in the butt.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, it was a full workout. But so they did the x-ray, and they said from what they're still waiting on blood work to come in. But from the x-ray that they saw, it looks like there's not anything in her lungs right now. So we now just need to figure out how to essentially save up the equivalent of another month's rent to be able to pay for her surgery. What?
Oh no!
I thought you said $1,500. I'm including the cherry stuff, because if we get the cherry payments, then essentially a month, maybe a month and a half's worth of rent. Sorry, You're good. For anyone who couldn't tell, I am not in my office as I normally am.
Yes, I can tell. I was wondering.
Yes, I am holding my TED Talk mic in my bedroom. One, because my laptop was already in here and I didn't feel like going into my cold office. Two, so I could lay next to the girl because she is still kind of druggy. Because they gave her the shot, and then they gave her the like.
From this angle, it looks like you're in a fancy new apartment. I'm like, oh, it looks all white walls and clean. And
this is because we live in a rented apartment and are afraid to put anything up on the walls. I found some hacks, though. I want to start putting art up on the wall. But yes, so they gave her the reversal. We had to wait a good 20 minutes to get her awake. Yes, Ari, it is a doable surgery. We're just kind of in an iffy spot because they said ideally we should get the surgery done in the next like 2 to 3 weeks. We do not have the money for that. The like 1,500 number that I was thinking of earlier is the number if we there's another like payment thing, like Afterpay or whatever it's called, Cherry, where
Mhm.
you pay a certain amount on the surgery, and then you can make payments to this company to pay off the rest. So
Mhm.
that 1,500 is if we get all the stuff from that. We're trying to see if we can get any extra vouchers or anything, because we got a voucher for her X-rays today. We got a $200 voucher for her
Mhm.
X-rays today, so that we didn't have to pay quite as much. But we're still trying to figure that out. So that's what's going on. But as of right now, the girl's okay. She is drugged. She is woozy. She is laying down, but she is okay. So that's the vet stuff. It's trying to figure out a lot of money. And my girl's built different.
So I see job interview up here. Have you had any more job interviews?
Yes. So remember, I did the job interview with, no, neither of us have pet insurance. Sorry. Um, Bye, Ronald. See you tonight or after if your meeting ends earlier. Um, yes. So I did the interview with Patton Avenue Pet Company, which is the company that my friend works at that she was recommending. I went
Mhm.
in and did the interview and truly thought that I had bombed it. Like straight
Mhm.
up thought that because there was one point in the interview, because my friend had already like kind of let me know that they ask uh, uncommon interview questions. And
Mhm.
so one of the questions that they asked was what was it? One of the questions that they asked was what is a time that you made a really big mistake at work and what did you like learn from it? So the only
I
thing I
hate
could
that
think of,
question, but yeah.
yes. The only thing I could think of was back when I first started taking the first medicine that I was taking for my migraines, and it
Mhm.
spiked my anxiety, and I wasn't sure what was going on, which I did
Mhm.
mention, like I had just started taking a new medication, but it was when I was at McDonald's, and I knew how to run the McDonald's floor like as a manager, but I was not getting paid as a manager because I specifically asked not to be a manager. I didn't want it. Like I was good doing what I was doing. And the manager who was on the floor at the time, so essentially there's the person who runs in the person who's in the window who hands the food out, and then there's the manager who stands by where the kitchen slides out the food and they bag the food for front counter and for the window.
Mhm.
And they're like watching the whole floor from there. And my
Mhm.
manager kept disappearing. She would walk off to the bathroom. She would walk off to the back to the office. She would walk off to talk to somebody. She kept disappearing
Mhm.
and not saying anything to anybody. So I'm in the window and I turn around expecting to see a bag of food ready. I turn around, nobody's
Mhm.
there. So I then have to go and bag my own food. And I'm having to
Mhm.
like check on everybody else on the floor because the manager has vanished. And so the big mistake that I made was one of those times when she came back, I fully just like yelled at her on the floor and was like, you need to stop walking away without telling everybody that you're leaving and telling us where you're going. You're running this floor. We need clear communication of what's going on. You can't just disappear like that. Like fully on the floor, like yelled at her. And I in the interview I said that the lesson that I learned was I need to, one, I need to say things before they get bubbled up to the point where I'm like losing it, you know? Um and I apologized to my manager, like on the floor, like sorry, and they're like, no, you're good, that's really unlike you, as everything, like they checked on me or whatever. But then in the interview, so I said that my mistake was I held it in until I lost my mind, and I've learned to like speak up in advance. And then later on in the interview, they said one of the questions that they had was, what type of person annoys you? And I'm like, well, honestly, the type of people that annoy me at work the most are people who ask you to do something just so they don't have to do it and then aren't doing anything. Because I am having to deal with that at my current job. It's really irritating. And I've had to
Mhm.
deal with that other places too. It's really irritating. And they're like,
They're
oh,
saying
so
in your face, not busy, but they
yes.
got you doing stuff.
Yes, don't like walk around the corner and pretend to be busy. Dang. But So they asked, and I said that, and then they said, "Oh, so what do you do when you have to deal with that kind of person? What do you do when that like comes up?" And directly contradicting what I said earlier, I was like, "Well, I usually just kind of deal with it because the work needs to get done anyway, and I'd rather be like doing something than bored at work and have to like, or somebody like fuss at me about doing it later." So directly contradicting what I said earlier about saying something in advance.
Uh-huh.
So I truly thought that I had bombed it, but I got a call back the other day. I got the job.
Yay!
Yes.
Yay!
So so my last day at my current job is next Tuesday. And then I'm gonna go to the farmer's
So
market.
you
I'm gonna
just got a
have
week left on this job.
Yes, because I put in my 2 weeks. I was going to tell you last week, and then the power went out and we didn't stream, so I didn't get to
Mhm.
tell you. Which the power went out because somebody hit a power line. We went to, because that was the same day. Like I said, we were driving her to the vet. We were trying to drive to the vet. The road that we normally take, we couldn't. It was fully blocked off because the power pole cracked in half. And so they
Oh
were
no.
removing the top half and then trying to take the bottom half to put up the new pole. So yeah, our power went out of the blue because someone busted up a power line.
Oh no.
But yeah, so I was going to tell you last week, but yeah, so I already put in my 2 weeks. Next Tuesday is my last day, and then I've got market on Wednesday, and then I'm going to have 3 days off, and then I start training at the new job on the 1st of January. I'll be making
The
$19 an
first of
hour for
February.
training. Yes, thank you. 1st of February. I'll be making, sorry, with this being said, I have not slept. I'm so tired. I have not been sleeping well.
Honey, I almost came in on here in my pajamas because I fully intend to go lay back down. I say that every week, but today I really fully intend to go lay back down because I said I'm going to get a head start on this. I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to get back to my schedule. I have set on my phone a schedule of go to bed at 12:30. I get an alert at 11:45 that says start winding down for sleep, right? But I ignore it every time. And it's been getting bad lately. For the past few weeks, I've been going to bed at like 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, I am going to go to bed at 12:30. And so last night, when your father went to sleep, it was 12 o'clock. Gave myself 30 minutes on TikTok. I went to sleep. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't fall asleep till I laid down. I didn't fall asleep till 1. And then I woke up at 3:30 and tossed and turned and tried to get comfortable. Couldn't get comfortable. I should have just sat up and like maybe read a little bit or something, but no, I just couldn't get comfortable. And so I've been tossing and turning since 3:30.
Yeah, I basically had a similar thing because I'm sick. So I woke up congested, could not breathe out of the side of my nose, and turned over one way, sniff, sniff, couldn't breathe. Turned over the other way, sniff, sniff, couldn't breathe. So I was up like half the night.
According to my watch, I slept 4.5 hours, but I don't know how that happened.
Mm. But yes, I have a new job.
So
That is
you have a
that.
new job. Yay. I am happy for you. And you're still not doing markets until when?
I don't know. Probably until April is when markets really kick back up. But I don't know what markets I'm going to be doing because I still like, I don't really have any stock right now. I still have
Mhm.
not started making any stock. And so, and I still have not really gone and checked what markets are like up and running since the hurricane, because that's
Mhm.
when I kind of took my big break. So I'm not sure. I'll probably try to sell some stuff at the Weaverville market since I'm there every Wednesday anyway.
Mhm.
I have to figure out what my schedule is going to be at the new job
New job.
before I can lock in any like regular like Saturday every week markets or anything like that. So I have to figure that out.
Mhm.
But I did get contacted by the people that do First Friday. I can't remember if I talked about this last time, but I got contacted by the people that do First Friday because last time I was there, I mentioned it, just like kind of came up in conversation of like, yeah, I've raised my prices since then. So like they're still paying my old rate. And they're like, oh, what are you charging now? TLDR, they texted me the same day that I got the job offer for my new job. They texted me and they're like, "Let us know what your current rate is, and we're going to try to match that." So they're going to, so I'll be getting more money for First Fridays as well. So that's
Well,
good.
that's good. That's good. That's good. So, are we ready to go on to Yarny Crafty Thoughts?
I mean, I don't have any, but sure.
But
I have not done a
that's what the
single
people
big
come
bang thing.
here for.
Ooh, so sorry for you. I have
They
not done
come
a
here for
single
the
big bang thing.
Yarny Crafty goodness.
I did go scrolling through Ribbler yesterday though and saw some cute patterns, so I want to start trying to pick some stuff up.
Well, any progress on your Christmas blanket?
No, like I said, I truly have not picked anything up. I'll probably pick that up on my days off next week after I finish at my job. While I have those days off, I'll probably pick it up then and start working on it again.
Well, I don't have much. I got some, as far as the crafty part, I got some new coloring books. I haven't made any progress on my latch hook rug.
Mm-hmm.
I put that down for a minute because I was trying to, silly me, thought that I could finish a pair of those slippers for Terry's sister who comes and picks me up.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted a pair of the slippers as well. So I was trying to finish a pair of her slippers. And then that's the last thing I'm doing that way.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, bingo wings. Ooh, bingo wings. But that's the last thing I'm doing that, for her group over there. So I want to finish these slippers, which is the same slippers as I made for Terry, just different color.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm knitting right now. I want to finish these slippers, and then I can get back to the Avatar blankets because, well, I want to finish off that star blanket too because it's sitting at the end of my bed.
Yeah, I was like, the Avatar blankets. We're going deep into the archives to start this year.
Well, Chloe made a mention because your brother was here the other day and we were playing some games or whatever. But when I came down the stairs, he was sitting at I forget what it was. When your father came home, they started talking about blankets, and your father was using his heated blanket, and I was like, "Oh, he's not using my blanket. He's using the heated blanket he got for Christmas." And
because it's cold.
But he said he uses the heated blanket to warm up his chair, and then he uses my blanket to put over him. Like, oh, he is using my blanket. I feel so happy. But also, Chloe was using my blanket before he came home from work, and she said, "Yeah, because my Avatar blanket's not done yet." So, or something like that. Oh, I know what it was because Isaac was also Isaac said he would use a blanket if I made him a blanket. He said, I will not wear hand knit garments, but if you made me a blanket, I will use a blanket because I like to have a blanket when I'm sitting and watching TV.
So it sounds like you're going into Blanket Central this year.
So, well, like I said to Chloe yesterday, and like I said on the stream right before you got here, 2026 is the year of use up what we've got, which means I've got coloring books already. I've got books to read already. I'm trying to read stuff that's already on my TBR list instead of constantly looking for new books to read. Read stuff that I've already got on my list. So use up what I've got. Use up yarn that I've got. What have you? Use up. We've got veggies in our freezer, and we can't fit new groceries in the freezer because we still have all those veggies in the freezer. I need to try to use up some of those veggies in the freezer or throw them out. So it's use up what you've got, finish off the projects you've started, and throw out what you're not going to use. Those are my 3 things for 2026. So I'm trying not I'm trying to resist the urge to add any more books to my TBR or
Mm.
projects to my list or anything like that.
Ooh, speaking of which, I got a new book. Still have not finished the ones that I've read already, but Wayne and
You
I
didn't
did a
finish the
date
one you're
night.
supposed to give me.
I know. Well, I have an order of operations to finish these books now. Now I just need to sit down and actually read them. But Wayne and I did a date night at the mall on Sunday, which was a bit of a
Wait,
bummer
night
because I was very
at the
excited.
empty mall.
It was not empty. It was so busy.
Oh, your
It was
mall's not empty. Okay.
no, like it was. I mean, it was a Sunday, so
We
I
we,
guess that's
we talked
part of
about
it.
malls before you were here. That's why I
Okay.
said.
Yeah, I saw that it was in the thing. Yeah, it was like there are definitely still like the Hot Topic always has sales going on. The Earthbound looks like it's about to shut down. Like everything looks like it's about to close, but there were so many people there that day. There was also like a pop-up card trading thing going on that we didn't know was going to be there. It was like I was I don't know, it was a little frustrating because I had been looking forward to that date night and then I woke up that morning sick. And so we
Oh
went,
no.
yes. And so we went to the mall and I was like stuffy, like brain fog the whole day, just kind of very frustrated. But we went in and I got to go to Hot Topic. I got a Baby No Money t shirt. I got my Baby No Money shirt that I've been wanting to get for weeks.
I
Um,
don't know what Baby No Money is, but okay.
You've heard his songs. I'm trying to think of what's the most popular one. Edamame. Yeah.
Okay.
He also has that one that just came out, Bing Bong, that he did with oh, what is her name? Vanilla Mace, Gucci Gucci, Louis Louis, Fenty Fenty, Parada. It
Don't know
doesn't
that.
make sense without the rest of the song there.
Don't know that
Um,
song, but okay.
but you have heard songs by him before, I'm sure.
Okay.
So I got my Vippy No Money shirt that I've been wanting to get for a while, and Wayne got some Pokemon cards that he had been kind of looking at. I don't think he'd really been planning to get them, but because they had the pop up, there were some cards that were like very cheap. He got some like 98-cent cards, some like $2 cards. So
Oh,
like
cool.
yeah, some real cool cards. He's planning on. Apparently, they're doing it again next month, and so he's going to go with one. Now that he knows that it's going to be there, he's going to go with one of his coworkers to do that. But circling back, part of the date night, I also went to Barnes and Noble because we had like a set amount that we were gonna that we like had saved for it.
This should really be in what we're reading, watching, playing, listening
Oh, then
to.
I'll wait. I'll wait. What else? What else did you crochet and knit? What coloring pages you got to show me?
I have no coloring pages. I did start the book that you got me for Christmas, Best of 2024. I'm working on one of those Tetris Quest pages. I still can't tell what the picture is going to be. I've added 3 colors to the picture so far. I still can't tell what it's going to be. I think it might be a sailboat, but I'm not sure.
Ooh.
But I'm working on the slippers.
They look like they're coming along.
Yeah, this is. I like this much better than. Let's see if I can.
It's a slipper.
It's a slipper. I like this better because you can see, like,
Texture.
the garter stitch. You can see the texture of it.
I couldn't see any of that in the other one where you were holding the two strands together.
And that's part of why I picked this pattern, because I like the way it looks with the garter stitch on the heel and the way the shaping looks along the side of the slipper and everything, and along the top of the slipper. I like the way it makes it look like a boot, but you can't. I couldn't see any of that with the 2 strands held together of the gray and black. That just, oh, she loved those slippers, by the way.
I figured she would.
She likes them, but that was the most dull color combination. And the yarn was just not, I mean, people, most people will go, well, that's what you get for using Red Heart. But, I don't hate Red Heart. But I will admit that there are some colors of Red Heart that feel more stiff than
Red
others.
Heart White is scrungly, and I don't understand why. Every time I've gotten a Red Heart in white, like white, it
Hmm.
feels so stiff and scrungly, and I don't understand.
And this gray was just not the thing. But this one I just grabbed two half used skeins of black
Hmm.
from what I've got there. So they're not labeled. So I don't know what they are, but I firmly believe that one of these skeins is mainstays because this feels
Hmm.
nice. This I'm rubbing this and this feels nice. This is gonna feel
Hmm.
nice on her feet. But I'm about to run out, so I don't know if I have enough mainstays for the other slipper.
Are you putting
So
glue dots on the bottom of the slippers, or are they just
no,
slippy slippy?
nope, they're just slippy slippies. But I've never put glue dots on slippers before. But then again, I don't make a lot of slippers, so
I just know
so I,
myself and know that I would slip and fall to my death if I did not have any kind of glue dots
oh,
on the
I would
bottom.
too. I would too. If I was making slippers for myself, I probably would put some sort of rubbery tread on
Hmm.
them. But I think they are steadier than I am, so I think they will be fine. But yeah, I think this is one skein of Red Heart and one skein of Mainstays because one of these skeins feels softer than the other.
Hmm.
And of course, the one that feels softer is the one that I am almost out of.
I wish Mainstays made better colors.
Yes, because I have like that much
Black,
left
white,
of the soft
beige.
one.
Oh no! So you're gonna have to find another skein quick.
So I think this is because I'm almost up to the cuff and I'm switching to white for the cuff
Hmm.
because she's into pandas. So
Aw, cute.
she wanted black and white. So I'm doing all black for the foot and I'm doing white for the cuff because I just could not do black and white held together and have that
Hmm.
repeat of those other slippers. So
So is this, you're still on the first slipper, or this is the second slipper?
no, this is the first slipper
Okay.
because I keep putting things down and picking them up. It's like
Yeah.
this is what happens for those of y'all watching. This is what happens to me after Christmas. At least it has for the last few Christmases, because everybody gets me. Since we use our wish list system, everybody gets me crafty type things. So it's
Hmm.
like, okay, I want to use like this year. Okay, I really want to do that latch hook. So I opened the latch hook and I started the latch hook. But I need to go ahead and finish these slippers because I'm going over there next month and I want to have the slippers done before I go over there next month. But I said after the first of the year I was going to finish this star blanket so that I could get to the avatar blankets. And you know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah, I'm
I got
putting off
two
opening
more,
my beading kit until I finish that blanket.
I got two more coloring books for my birthday.
Hmm.
Plus, your sister got me the puzzle and the puzzle mat that was on my wish list. So part of me wants to sit downstairs and start that puzzle, but I'm like, I can't. I got so many things. So many things. And because I start thinking about so many things to do, then I end up just sitting here playing my games on BGA.
Ooh. Ooh.
And then we'll get to that in a minute, but that's because I also have a bunch of games. I have too much stuff. First world problems. I have too much stuff to
Spoiled for
do.
choice.
Spoiled for choice. I have too much stuff to do.
Well, before we get off of yarny crafty stuff, sorry, my microphone is covered in dog hair. Before we get off of yarny crafty stuff, did you see the video that I posted on the memes page?
Which one? I've been watching most of them, but unless you posted one late last night, I probably didn't see it.
No, it was yesterday. It was the woman who crocheted her entire predator costume for a convention.
I must have missed that one.
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
I must have missed that one.
Let's see if I can find it. Come on, Discord. Also, anybody who's in the Discord, feel free to ignore everything that goes into that meme page. I made that because I'm like, I want to show all of y'all these videos, and I need a place to put them that's not going to clog up another feed. So I'm making an extra channel. So most of the time, they're not going to be related to any kind of yarny, crafty anything. Most of the time, it's just going to be silly videos that I wanted to show off. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Let's do this, let's do this. Oh my goodness. Sharing
Okay.
screens. Oh, did I lose you? Did I lose you or did you lose me?
Hopefully she will appear again.
I will appear. I thought I lost you. Can you hear me?
I hope that's not the case.
What's going on?
Well, it looks like she's trying to come back.
I keep getting a pop-up that you are leaving and coming back. Is it me?
Well, I got that you left and were offline. I don't know what it looks like to the public, but I was trying to pull up our yarn news, but I guess I won't pull that up. I guess
Let me see if I can get this video in so I can close this out. Ooh, I got sausage biscuits on the way. I got room service.
Nice. Well, I closed my email, so hopefully that will...
So slow.
Yeah, I didn't see this. My goodness.
Sausage biscuits.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let me press play. Hang on. Thank you so much. Yeah, she's just sleeping. Yes, she's breathing. I've been petting her and stuff. She's fine.
She hit me for sausage biscuits. I got concerned.
Yeah, because she's still really groggy. I think it's just the medicine.
You couldn't eat 4 sausage biscuits, could you?
No.
Look at those biscuits, by the way.
They look good. Okay, can you see the video?
I can see.
Okay, let me press play.
Is it crocheted?
I made crochet.
Did you do it?
I did.
Tell me about it.
I did the mask, the outfit, and the boot covers, and the back of the coat.
Coat is my favorite thing.
Well, this I won't do as a commission because
okay.
it's a pain.
How did you learn the skill?
My sister-in-law showed me how to make a beanie, and then
You were off to the races then.
Yes.
How much time are we talking?
25 days. I timed myself this time. Boot covers took longer.
25
than
days.
all
Crazy.
freehand.
Did you pick like different textures for the yarn?
Pretty much all just did plain acrylic, and then this is blanket yarn for the dreads. We have more movement.
What's your
I
favorite
mean,
thing to
in
make?
the grand scheme of things, 25
give you
days
some goodies.
isn't
Here,
that
give you
bad.
one.
If I could finish those avatar blankets in 25 days,
Yeah.
because that's a month.
Yeah, basically. But that is crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of work.
I could not imagine. Okay, pull up our yarn news while I close out that tab. I think it's because I pulled open Discord to find the YouTube link, and so I had Discord open and then YouTube open as well, and my computer's like, girlie, you're doing too much. Also, I'm going to be eating a sausage biscuit because I got room service.
There's really only one little thing that I wanted to show you. Other than Hirschner's has their premier yarn on sale. And
Ooh.
it just made me think that I want to try Premier. I've never tried Premier yarn before. And
Who had Premier before Hirschner's? Was Premier at Joann's?
Premier is a yarn where it's just everywhere, because you can get Premier at the dollar store.
Okay.
That it's like smaller skeins, but you can get Premier at the dollar store. You can get Premier at Ollie's. You can get Premier is everywhere.
Okay.
So I think Michael's has some. I think. Okay, now my Gmail just doesn't want to open. That's just rude.
We broke it.
Because I was going to show you these little hedgehog things that seemed right up your alley. Although I think when I show them to you, you're going to go. I think when I show them to you, you're going to go, I'm not making that. No, not hedgehog. Highland cows.
Highland cows, even better. I love Highland cows.
They've got Hirschner's. It's got Highland cow kits. Let me see if I can try it once
I
again.
love Highland cows. They're so cute. Ripper, are you okay over here? Are you just sleeping? Are you just a sleeping girl? She said, I think they put something in that last round of kibble. That girl is drugged. Oop, no connection. It keeps kicking you out.
Okay, let's see. Where are they? I think this is it. Yes, this is it. Okay.
I think I've lost my phone.
How could you lose your phone?
It was sitting somewhere in the bed with me.
Oh, did I mention that your brother,
My brother?
your father got me, he said for my birthday, your father got me a coloring book. And then of course he said, this looks like you have this coloring book. No, I don't have this coloring book, honey. They all look the same to him. And then he's like, does that one tell you what colors to use? When I was flipping through it, I said, yes, honey. It has color by number on the top. So that means it tells me what colors to use. He's totally baffled by why I want to do coloring, but he's sweet. He got me that, and he got me the cushion for the chair. He didn't get me the chair, but he got me the cushion for the chair.
Okay.
Because it's the chair that I use at Aunt Terry's, it's technically a camping chair, but it's like a big, wide chair, and it doesn't do the deep dip. We discussed this before, right?
Yeah, I have one similar to that, yeah.
Yeah, but it also has a cushion in it that they normally put in wheelchairs. But the cushion doesn't come with the chair. So I put the chair and the cushion separate on my list, on the wish list. And your father bought me the cushion. So I have the cushion. I've tried it on the dining room chairs we have in the house. It does not work on the dining room chairs. Because imagine like this is my body sitting in the chair, right? The dining room, the chair that I want comes like right out here so that my knees can come over and I feel like the chair is holding me. Yeah. Okay. The dining room chairs that we have stop like here. Ooh. So I feel like I'm about to
like
fall
halfway
out.
off that cheek, yeah.
And then when you put the cushion on top, it tilts me forward like this.
Oh, so you are on a slip and slide.
So I spend the whole time feeling like I'm about to fall into the floor. So the cushion itself is very comfortable. It does not work with any of the dining room chairs we have in our house. So, and the cushions we already had on the dining room chairs don't work for me. So I ended up the other day just taking the cushion off and sitting on the chair, and the chair itself is more comfortable. Well, not more comfortable. The chair itself, when you first sit on it, it feels like it's holding me like the other chair, but it's hard AF. Ooh. So if I'm sitting there, I can sit at the chair at Terry's house with the cushion, and we sit there for hours and play games, and I'm fine. I only have to get up because I want to get something to drink or go to the bathroom. As far as comfort is concerned, I'm good. I would never have to get up. But even in this office chair, I have to get up after a little bit because my legs hurt, my butt hurts a little bit, blah, blah. That chair is perfect. Don't have to get up. But I could not sit. We were gaming. Your brother and sister and I were gaming on Monday, and I could not sit in there. I had to keep getting up because the chair is hard. But if I put a cushion on it, I kept
sliding,
falling into the floor. So
I got to get you that good chair.
Got to get that good chair. It's not terribly expensive, but
how much? I
think your father just does not see the need for the chair. But
how much is the chair?
It's under 200, but I think it's not even that expensive. Let me look at it.
Like 150.
It might be 150. Let me see.
Does it have a nice back on it?
Oh, it is $70.
Ooh, that's not bad at all.
$70, and it's free shipping. Weight
Does it have a
limit,
nice back on it?
limit is 500 pounds. What did you say?
Does it have a nice back on it? Wayne's been trying to find a better chair for his gaming in the living room.
I am not a person who leans back in my chairs.
Okay.
So I do not feel, because you know me, I got too much butt to lean back in a chair. So I don't lean back in my chairs. So I don't know how the back is on this chair. But I want that chair. But it's $70.
Get the chair.
So I got the cushion, and that's what I got from your father. Your sister got me the puzzles and the puzzle mat thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she got me another book that I had on my list, which was Activities for Senior Citizens. So it's got like, why are you making faces?
No, continue. Activities for senior citizens, but you don't want us to call you old. Continue.
It's got coloring pages and word search puzzles and crossword puzzles, just a variety of things.
Not the word search,
but it's all like large print.
Not the zoomed in word search.
Well, I mean, I may not be old, but my eyes are.
We're gonna start calling you Grammy.
I like the large print.
We're gonna start calling you Nona.
But I also thought that would be a good book, because I like to have things like that when we are going on vacation and we have to wait in line for them to check us in and stuff. That's the kind of stuff I like to have.
Mm-hmm.
And your brother, who has always been a generous gift giver, you have learned this yourself.
Yes, because that boy got money.
He got me.
Look at you, your smartwatch.
He got me an Apple Watch.
Look at you. How are you liking it?
I am. I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, because the Fitbit, although I have to admit, I wanted an Apple Watch because I kept running into apps that are Apple Watch optimized, and now that I have the Apple Watch, I can't remember the apps I said that I wanted, but I still am enjoying. I'm still enjoying the Apple Watch. Because the Fitbit, like especially when you use fitness things, the Fitbit and Apple Health don't play together. Because Fitbit is owned by Google. So Fitbit and Apple Health don't play together nice. And most of the apps that I get on the phone for fitness and stuff, because I use an iPhone, are optimized for Apple Health.
Yeah.
And the Apple Watch. And so I would have to do workarounds to get it to recognize like the steps I was taking or whatever on my Fitbit. So that was, because at first I thought I didn't really want an Apple Watch. When Apple Watches first came out, I thought, this is weird. Especially because when they first started talking about them, it was like, it's like, well, you can see your texts on your arm, and so you don't have to pick up your phone. But your phone can't be too far away. You can't like leave your phone at the house and then just have to watch.
Yeah, your phone still needs to be like in your pocket.
So like, if I have my phone, if I have to have my phone, then why do I need the watch? That's what I always thought about.
It is faster to check your wrist though.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, because like when you texted me earlier about the thing, I looked up and then it already had the little thumbs up for me, and all I had to do was tap the thumbs up. I read your message and I tapped the thumbs up and we keep going.
The thing I use my watch for the most, and one of the main reasons that I got it, one, so I can see the text messages, but I got like a cheap Amazon $30 watch. So it's a little finicky sometimes. The main thing I use it for is controlling my music, because I tend to wear Bluetooth headphones most of the time, and every set of Bluetooth headphones is going to have like, oh, to change the song, you hold the volume up button. Oh, to change the song, you press the volume up button. To change the song, you press the power button 3 times. Like, I'm not
I hate that.
Exactly. So I will just go to my watch and I can volume up, volume down, skip, back. Like, I can't like go into my playlist or anything, but if I've got my playlist set, then I can like change, pause, all of that from my watch, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, I use, because I listen to, I have headphones, I have wired headphones that I use when I sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where I got these headphones, but they were the kind that have, on the headphone thing, they have the volume control on the wire there. And again, that's another thing that I've always thought, I'm not going to use this because I'm not going to remember 3 taps is this and a long hold is that and all that other kind of stuff. However, it does help when I can turn the volume up, I can turn the volume down without having to reach under my pillow for my iPad.
Yeah, not you're sleeping with the iPad under your pillow?
Because my other devices don't accept wired headphones. I finally moved up to the things where it's just the lightning. And I have an adapter for this where I could use a wired headphone, but I don't use it. But I just put my iPad under my bed, under my pillow, and I have the wired headphone coming out from under the pillow. And so when I'm turned over on my other side, I don't want to have to turn back over to this side and get under the pillow and try to figure things out and stuff like that. So I'm turned over on this side, I can just press the thing and turn the volume up or turn it off if it's annoying me. So at least I can do those 2 things with it. Okay, so our media thoughts.
Yes. I saw you put a bunch of things in there.
Well, you got some things?
I only have one.
What, so you want me to do mine first?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to take this off. It's driving me crazy. That's one thing. I don't like silicone wristbands.
You see all of that? That's from my silicone wristband from my watch, because I'll wash my hands and water gets under there and it rubs my wrist raw and it's driving me crazy. I had ordered a cloth, like elastic wristband, like a stretchy cloth wristband before, but I ordered it in the wrong size, so it doesn't fit with the connectors in my watch. So I need to order a new one. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, because that's why I'm not wearing my watch.
And I was telling your father that I need to get some cloth bands, and thinking that he was gonna, grunt or whatever, and he said, "Oh yeah, you need to get new bands because those are known to pop off." So apparently, he sees people at the airport all the time with their Apple Watch going.
They already had to look like scrunchies now.
I already had that problem with a scrunchy one would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, with the Fitbit, I had that problem where it started with your father's Fitbit. For some reason, it was just popping off. With my Fitbit, it stayed attached. I had no problem. But those same bands, which supposedly fit the hand-me-down Fitbit that I got from your father, they pop off. And not just like pop off here, they pop off from the watch.
So the watch face is just falling to the floor.
Yeah, they pop off from here and here. So I'm walking around and the watch face is going here and one band's going here and one band, they just go, the whole thing just
explodes.
But the plastic of this thing drives me crazy.
Yes, I agree. That's why I'm not wearing my watch right now. I take mine off before I go to sleep, even though it has the sleep tracker stuff. I'm like, nah, I am not going to be able to.
I've been wearing mine at night because I'm trying to, because I have another app that I'm setting up, and it's like you have to wear it for 7 days, and before it will give you your fitness plan or whatever. And it's and also most of the apps I'm using on there are they can do better diagnostics for your heart and your breathing and stuff if you wear it while you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get the most data off of it I can. So I'm trying to make myself wear it 7 nights in a row. So I've been wearing it to bed, which is
actually I should probably watch back on before I forget it again.
It's still difficult for me to, because sometimes I sleep like this, and then you got the watch right up in your face, and that's not comfortable. But okay, so we are on our media consumption. I just finished reading a book called A Stitch in Time by Kelly Armstrong, which for that, because like I said, I'm trying to read down my TBR. This is one that had been on my TBR for a long time, but I kept mistaking it for another book by an author who I think is also her. I think her first name also starts with K. I think it's like Kendra or something. And it's also a time travel. And the covers are very similar. They're both covers of somebody like running away or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, I tried twice to read it, but like in the very first chapter, there's like a gruesome murder or something. Ooh. And I'm like, this, and then she's just broody and everything. And I'm like, this is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is not for me. Not to mention the time travel is not my favorite kind of time travel to when they jump into somebody else's body. That's not my favorite one.
Yeah, I like them to be in their own body, just in a different.
I like them to be in their own body. It's not my favorite. I forgot that I was supposed to be showing you this in yarn news.
Oh, the Highland Cows!
The Highland Cows, yes.
Oh my goodness.
They've got a book with Highland Cow designs, and they've got the kits, and then they've got a blanket kit.
Make it moveless. Can you click the blanket? I would like to see that, please.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on my laptop. I gotta
get that pulled up.
Everything's so small because I'm on my laptop instead of having it up on the TV.
Ooh, that blanket kit is $75.
Oh gosh,
that's painful.
Do they have just the pattern? Can you go to the page so I can see?
The book with the patterns is $10 though.
Ooh, I might just get that. Because making the little cow squares and sewing them together, I feel like, oh, they're 3D! I didn't realize they were 3D! Oh my goodness, I want to make one.
So there are the cows.
I want to make one so bad. That would make for such a fun, like,
$75. Yep. $75 though.
Mm-hmm. That's why.
I guess because I'm so used to buying my yarn a little bit at a time for a project that I don't think about how much yarn goes all together into the project. You can buy a Highland Cow amigurumi kit for $12.99.
What if I just want the pattern? Don't give me the kit. I got all the stuff. I just want the pattern.
Well, they've got a book with 6 different patterns in it for $10.
Yeah, I might just have to buy the book.
Yeah, Hirschner's is not great about inspirations. They show you the free pattern, and then they're like, if you want to buy a kit with all the yarn, here we will sell this to you, but they'll give you the pattern for free. But Lion Brand and Hirschner's didn't know. You're only getting the pattern if you buy the kit.
Which is wild. Because I don't need a kit. I got plenty of yarn. Those cows are so cute though.
I figured you would think they were cute.
Yes, I love Highland cows. They're adorable. I have 2 Highland cow pictures in my living room. And I have 2 Highland cow pictures in my living room and at least 2 Highland cow stuffed animals.
And they've got the little Highland cow weeble wobble thing.
Which is so goofy looking.
Or you could make a Highland cow pillow.
Yeah, I would probably want just the Highland cow square. And then I could just figure out what I want to make out of the squares.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I would, I want to have the blanket. I don't know that I necessarily want to make the full blanket. But I would love to do, the patterns where you make a granny square, or you make 3 granny squares and you can, no, it's 4 granny squares. There we go. You make 4 granny squares and you can turn it into a, fanny pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's, 1 square in the middle, front and back, and then 2 squares on the side that you fold in half for the fanny pack. I would love to have a Highland cow fanny pack. That would be cute.
And honestly, I'm halfway there because I've got either 2 or 3 granny squares from that all-in-one granny square skein that I bought. Mm-hmm. I never made any more granny squares, but I'm halfway toward a fanny pack if I just make the rest of the granny squares.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should do that since I bought the yarn anyway.
Get yourself a zipper.
Oh, that's right, a zipper. Ugh, that's why I never made it. Zipper. Ugh.
Or you could do a button closure, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the book. A Stitch in Time. Did I just drop something?
It sounded like you did.
Okay, I found it. I dropped it again.
That's where it lives now.
But I kept mixing it up with another book.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept forgetting to read it because I kept thinking it was the other book that I had already read. And then I would look at it and then I would read the description and go, oh no, this is not the book that I read. This is the other one. Yes, I'll read that eventually, but I'm not reading it right now. And then I forget. So, but I finally read it because I am on, like I said, I am on the thing of
no new books.
I read the things that are in my TBR.
Oop.
And this was not, it was better than I expected it to be. I'm not sure if I'm going to read the second book in the series, but it was better than I expected it to be. But it's also a ghost story.
Ooh.
I don't read ghost stories.
But sometimes ghost stories can be good.
There's a whole ghost story in there, which I was not crazy about. But I did like that it had the and this is in the synopsis, so I'm not giving anything away, but it did have the whole thing of where you could pass back and forth through, like there was a place where you could pass back and forth.
Yeah.
Between the time periods. And that's part of my favorite time travel series by Louise Allen, where there is a place where you can pass back and forth at will through time periods. So I like that. But yeah, I would recommend it if you want a time travel and a ghost story. And it is somewhat of a romance, but there's more of the ghost story stuff. So if you want it to be kind of light on the romance, for me, who reads straight up romances and erotica, I feel like this is light on the romance. Let's put it that way.
You would not consider this smut.
There's a lot of, and there's not really smut because it's fairly, I wouldn't say closed door, maybe cracked door. There's like, there's like maybe 2 bedroom scenes in the book. It's not raunchy. Because me, if you're good, I want 2 scenes at most. And I would be good with like one open door scene, and then the other one could be fade to black. I don't need, it doesn't need to be repeated.
Yeah.
And not that I am a prude, but like if you have, like in a story like this, where there was a mystery to be solved.
Don't waste so much time in the bedroom. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Like I was telling Terry, and this may be TMI, but like I was telling Terry last month, I do read erotica, and I read erotica for a specific reason.
Scandalous.
That most people read, that most people watch porn for. I read erotica for that specific reason.
Scandalous.
So when I pick up that book, I know that's what I'm picking that book up for. But then when I pick up a book like this where there is a story, I'm not. So what I'm trying to say is I'm not a prude. It's not like I'm embarrassed by the bedroom scenes.
But that's not the reason that you picked the book up.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed by the bedroom scenes, but it's kind of like if you've got a really good story going on and you throw in open door bedroom scenes, you're kind of wasting my time because I want to get back to the good story that you were telling. I don't need that to be part. If you're telling a good story, not that it can't be part of a good story, but sometimes you've got a mystery or something else going on that's so interesting that I just like skim past the bedroom scene to get back to the story. But that was A Stitch in Time by Kelly Armstrong. So I may or may not read the second book in that.
While we're talking about books, I was saying, while we're talking about books, the book that I picked up at Barnes and Noble, it's like bedrolls and broomsticks or something. I can't remember. It's by the person who wrote Legends and Lattes. Is that the name of the book?
Travis something.
Travis Scott, maybe? Not
Travis
Scott.
No, Travis Scott is somebody else. Travis is something like Travis Balby.
Yeah, something. I have the book in the other room. Had I thought about it, I would have brought it in here, but I'm not standing up again. But they had it for sale at Barnes and Noble for 50% off, so I got it for $14.
Bookshops and Bone Dust.
Thank you. I think it's that one.
Brigands and Bread Knives.
Brigands and Bread Knives. There we go. Brigands and Bread Knives. That's the one. I was like,
it's Travis Baldry.
Travis Baldry, yes. Yeah, they had it for sale, and I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes. So I was like, absolutely, I'm getting this. But have I lost you? Are you there? Have I lost you? Have I lost my mama? Stop trying to pull things up on this computer. It doesn't work. I can't see you, nor can I hear you.
It is not a good idea.
There we go. Stop trying to pull things up on this computer.
Okay, I'm going to just close that out right now. But have you read Legends and Lattes?
Yes, I was saying I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes. I didn't read it. I listened to the audiobook on Libby.
Why don't you check my library? My library has it, but I don't need to add anything else to my list.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes.
I was going to read Legends and Lattes. A lot of people in the book talk space are blaming Legends and Lattes for this whole
for the romantasy?
The romantasy stuff, yeah.
Legends and Lattes and not all that Sarah J. Maas smut?
No.
They're not blaming
they're blaming because they're saying that Legends and Lattes brought in the cozy fantasy thing instead of the high fantasy. They're saying it brought in the cozy fantasy thing, and that's saying that led to the romantasy stuff.
Okay, that's wild. But also, hear me out. What if I just want that? I really enjoyed that book specifically because it was cozy fantasy. Like, it was like there's a little bit of romance.
That's why I was gonna read it, because it sounded cozy, but it was on Kindle Unlimited, and then some authors will put something on Kindle Unlimited just for a minute, and that one really took off. So he realized he didn't have to have it on Kindle Unlimited, so he
Mhm.
took it off of Kindle Unlimited.
They do
And
that on
so-
Xbox Game Pass too.
So I missed my chance to read that because I'm used to books being on. Sometimes a book will be on Kindle Unlimited and be there a long time. So I figured I had time. So I had it
You
on my
should-
list.
You should check your Libby though. I highly recommend it. It's very good because it hits, for me, it hits that sweet spot of like there's interesting fantasy stuff going on. There's like a little bit of conflict, but it doesn't feel like the most high stakes. Like I don't have to worry about someone dying. I don't have to worry about someone like disappearing into a dimension, never returning. It's like it is truly like they're trying to start this coffee shop and somebody wants them to pay taxes if they don't want to pay or something. I don't know. It's like, because I don't want to give away the whole book, but they're just trying to run a coffee shop and they're dealing with the ins and outs of running a coffee shop. But also, she used to be a barbarian one time. Like, it is so, I really like it. So I'm hoping that
they've got ebook and audio for the first book, the second book. Yeah, they don't have the third book, but they've got the first book and the second book.
Yeah, I listened to the first book. I think I started to listen to the second book, but just never, like, I just wasn't in the mind space to kind of get into it at the time. But I need to go back and listen to that one, as well as read the one that I just bought. But that is at the bottom. So
the audiobook reader for Legends and Lattes was enjoyable?
Yes, I liked it, yes. Because sometimes I will straight up turn off an audiobook if I do not like the voice actor or the narrator. I'm like, oh. But that one I liked.
I said I wasn't going to add anything to my list, but I'll put it on my list.
But you're doing it as recommendation.
I don't, put that right there. Okay. I don't normally do audiobooks, but I'm trying to, it's not that I hate audiobooks. I just don't think to go to audiobooks. There was a period of time where I was on I remember it specifically because I was on a data entry job, which was very mindless data entry. And that was when I first discovered I could borrow audiobooks from the library as like not cassettes or DVDs, but like download from the internet.
Yes.
And so I read a bunch. I read a bunch of Amish
romances, Amish prairie romances,
Amish trauma bonnet books. Because there was a lot of trauma in the ones that I was reading. There was people getting kidnapped and stuff like that. There was a lot of trauma in the ones I was reading. And I the whole time was on that because you couldn't get on the internet or anything in that job. So I couldn't listen to podcasts or anything. And I think this was before podcasts were really a thing. So I listened to a bunch of Amish audiobooks.
Speaking of borrowing books from the library and borrowing books from Libby, the digital version of the book that you would read on like an e-reader.
The ebook.
The ebook. That I understand, like having to wait for someone to return the file and then you can rent it or whatever. Why do I have to wait for someone to return the audiobook? Like, are you sending out the MP3 and then the MP3 has to come back and then you're sending the MP3 to me? Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it's the same thing for the ebook.
It's the same thing for the ebook and the audiobook. It's not that they are sending out anything, but to stay in line with the publishers, to not break the law or whatever, they're buying licenses to lend the book to you. So if they've only bought one license, that means they're only allowed to let one person have it checked out in their system at a time, even though it is, like you said, a digital thing and they could technically let a bunch of people have it.
Yeah.
But it also most of those have like DRM on them, digital rights management. Okay. It's called DRM, which is somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, anybody watching this, but my limited understanding of it is that it's some sort of code in the file so that they know that this is the one that's checked out.
Okay.
So they can't just make a copy of it. It stops them from making copies of it so that they can like buy one license and then make copies and check it out to 50 million people.
Yeah, not that I want everything to follow the Netflix model, because honestly, F Netflix and subscriptions and taking all of our money or whatever. But why is it not like renting a movie on Netflix where like you pay the subscription for Netflix, they pay for the licensing for Avengers Endgame, and then anybody who wants to watch Avengers Endgame while they have it can watch Avengers Endgame.
It's basically money. It's money because we are getting libraries for free.
Oh yeah, we do get them for free, huh? That makes sense.
And so they only get whatever tax money the state allots them. So that's all the money they have to buy licenses for different books or whatever.
I'm going to use this as a PSA to anybody who sees this video. Support your local library. Go download Libby. Go rent some books.
Support your local library. So, movies with... Oh, speaking of Netflix, since we're on that, have you noticed that Netflix is starting to offer podcasts?
I saw that in your thing and forgot that it was there until you mentioned it just now. What do you mean?
First
we
of
don't
all,
need anybody else to be offering podcasts.
Okay, first of all, let me say this up front. Okay, that it bugs me when things like what we are doing right now are called a podcast. Simply because, and this is me showing my age, but I remember when these things first came along, they were audio to go on that you download on a device so that you can listen to while you download on your MP3 player and listen to in place of radio while you're out on the road or whatever. Okay. So to me, a podcast goes on a device, you download it, it is an audio thing. So the fact that it's video bugs me that you're calling that a podcast to begin with. The fact that you're watching it on YouTube instead of downloading it bugs me to begin with.
I would like to interrupt and say that I would accept video podcasts as long as you I'm trying to think of how to explain it. If you could pull the audio from that video and listen to it and not need to look at the video whatsoever, I would say that still counts as a podcast. If you are setting it up to be listened to audio only, and then someone could watch the video after the fact and maybe get a little bit extra and like enjoy some facial expressions and stuff, that is, I would still consider that a podcast. If you are making it,
and you can do that on Spotify, by the way, but go ahead.
Yes. But if you are making it and in the thing, they're like, oh yeah, look at this. Oh, that's hilarious. And not describing anything, like you're expecting people to be looking at the video, I would not call that a podcast. You're making a talk show. You're doing a talk show.
Where you're fully expecting that people are looking at you.
Exactly.
Where you don't make any reference to the fact that there are people who may only be listening to you.
Yeah, we are not doing a podcast. We are not doing a podcast.
No.
We are fully expecting people to be looking at the screen.
Exactly.
But there are some other podcasts that I listen to that do have audio or do have videos that go with them, but I can listen to them straight up, no video, and know what's going on and not feel like I'm missing anything really.
But so the fact that they call it a podcast annoys me. But when I say they're straying far from the point, what bugs me is that, and I know that podcasts have gone far from their origins. I understand this. But the basics of the podcast are that you are supposed to be able to start this in your living room or whatever, like what we're doing right now. You know, I'm sitting in my home office on my rinky-dinky setup, and we are recording our voices. And we may or may not make any money. But the fact that that Netflix has
sponsoring podcasts.
Now that Netflix has licensed for these people to be streamed on their service, Netflix has money to pay them. Because I have listened to stand-up comedians talk about how much they got paid for their
Netflix special,
their stand-up special that they did on Netflix. So I know Netflix has money to pay people. So then this is not a podcast anymore. This is a talk show. This is full on a talk show because you are on a service that has money to pay you. So this is not a podcast anymore. To me, a podcast is a grassroots thing that you start on your own. You don't have a bunch of sponsors. You may have to get it, like one of my favorite podcasts, Fake the Nation. You got to get a Patreon to help pay bills. You know, that's a podcast.
If the whole thing is paid for at the top, that is a talk show.
Exactly. But I may check them out, but not right now because
there's anybody that I like.
Because that's the other thing. The trailer, it sounds like they're starting out with all the frat boy bro.
Yeah, if I'm going to be completely honest, when I heard Netflix starting podcast, the first person I thought of was Joe Rogan, and I'm like, I don't need it.
Yeah,
I don't need it.
I didn't see Joe Rogan in the advertisement, but I did see Charlamagne the God, and so
I don't know who that is.
Breakfast Club. He
another bro guy.
His personality, although I think he is more liberal than Joe Rogan, he has that bombastic personality like a Joe Rogan.
Bombastic.
He says some outrageous things.
He's trying to go for some shock value.
You know, but he's been around longer than Joe Rogan because his show is definitely not a podcast because his show started on a radio station. And it's still broadcast on a radio station. It's called The Breakfast Club. And it's broadcast on a radio station. And then when podcasts got big and went beyond people in
everybody's just using the buzzword of podcast.
Yeah. Then they started adding, because if you don't live in New York, you can't get that radio station because that's terrestrial radio. So then they started adding a podcast version of their morning show for people around the country to download because word was getting around about how outrageous they are. But technically that's not a podcast. Okay. Movies with your sister this week. We watched Summer Stock.
What is that?
And for what the reason I mentioned it is because we've been watching a lot of musicals and different, not just musicals, but classic movies, and where they're all age gap before they started talking about age gap romances, because it's like the female main character, or as an old person like me says, the heroine.
The heroine.
The heroine is apparently, I guess it's not politically correct to say hero and heroine because I keep seeing in book top, instead of them saying hero and heroine, now they say MMC and FMC for male main character and female main character.
Yeah, I guess like literally. No, what's the word I'm trying to say no.
I don't know.
Anyway, I guess in literature, you can have a main character and have them not be the hero. Like, they could be anti-heroes or stuff like that, so they don't necessarily have to be the hero.
I guess.
Anyway, continue.
Just like they don't call the main bedroom in the house the master bedroom anymore. They just call it the primary bedroom.
Who does this?
It's a thing that I've seen them doing now because I think master implies, master, slave, and master of the house. So now it's the primary bedroom.
I just call it the big bedroom. That's what I
But
call it.
but summer stock. I don't know if I should describe this to you because are we doing the whole movie thing?
Do you want to do movies or do you want to do books? I am not gonna read enough books to be able to describe books to you fast enough. I would rather, for my portion of it, I would rather watch some ridiculous movies on Timu on Tubi and Netflix and stuff and describe to you the plot of those movies.
And see, I'm not gonna watch movies fast enough to describe movies to you, so I would be describing books to you.
Okay, so you can describe this movie to me, and I'll just keep my movies for the thing.
But so summer stock is Gene Kelly. I'm not going to go into a full description of the movie because it's an old movie. It's 1950. Gene Kelly and Judy Garland, and they're the ones who are going to end up the love interest.
I know this actor? Hang on. Judy Garland is Wizard of Oz, yes.
Yes.
Gene Kelly was Willy Wonka?
No.
Wrong Gene. Do I know Gene Kelly?
You probably don't.
Oh, okay. And then continue.
But, basically, that she owns a farm. The farm is failing. Her sister is flighty and wants to be an actress and has invited this whole acting troupe to put on a show in her barn. And it's like, this is a working farm. We cannot have a show in my barn.
Yeah.
Kind of
also,
situation.
Don't they have places to be to make money? Why is this troupe staying in this barn for this woman?
Well, because this is
his
first show that he scraped money together to put on. And so they need to do out of town tryouts before somebody will finance them and put them on Broadway.
Okay.
So out of town tryouts are a thing. So
I picked it up.
What stuck out to me, what I just wanted to briefly mention, what stuck out to me about this one is that we've watched stuff like White Christmas and what was it? I forget the one where Audrey Hepburn goes to Paris and she's a fashion model. I forget, Funny Face, and different ones. And Chloe was, I think it was maybe White Christmas, where Chloe was like, how old are they? And then we look up how old they were at the time that they made the movie. And it's a whole, like with White Christmas, Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney. Rosemary Clooney was like 25 and Bing Crosby was like 48 or something. Like way old. And then
outrage.
And then Audrey Hepburn and I think Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire is like, Audrey Hepburn is like 26 and Fred Astaire is like 50. And I'm like, why
are we putting these diamonds of the season with these old men?
Exactly. It's age gap before age gap was a thing.
Wild. Are they playing it in the movie as if they're supposed to be the same age, or in the movie they're like, yes, no, they don't really. And he's 45.
They don't mention the age. That's the thing. Like if you read an age gap, romance, modern day,
at some point they're going to say,
it's very clear. Oh, the 25-year-old has fallen in love with her ex-boyfriend's father, and I know I shouldn't. But I can't help myself, that kind. So it's very clear they know that they are too far apart in age, and they reference it. It's in the text. In these movies, we're just pretending like it's just normal for them to fall in love, but there's no reference to the fact that she's young and he's old.
Are they like in the actual like world of the movie? Are they like keeping it ambiguous of how old they are, or is it like he owns a law firm, she just left her parents' house, but we're not talking about it?
Yeah, no, there. I mean, it's fairly ambiguous.
Okay.
Like, like in White Christmas, Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye were in a war, but they don't say which war it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably World War II because I think White Christmas is 1950, so I think it was World War II that they were in, and the war is over. But then they don't say, it's not like they say anything about, oh, she just graduated from high school or just graduated from college. They don't give you any of those kind of reference
leave all the
points
context out
to make you think that
Gotcha.
one is young and one is old. But you look at Bing
But
Crosby,
looking at them.
you look at Bing Crosby next to Rosemary Clooney, and even with modern sensibilities, you could look at Rosemary Clooney and go, well, because of the way they dressed back then, she doesn't look like she doesn't look necessarily 25.
Yeah.
And because it's not just the way they dress that helps, but also the
makeup, the hairstyle.
Yeah, the makeup, the hairstyles, but also there's just something about genetics, I guess is a word for it. It's kind of like we've bred out certain kind of face shapes. So like there's certain, have you seen that meme or whatever where they talk about somebody in a movie and it's like, this person's not believable in a movie because I can look at her face and tell that she's seen enough. And because they've bred out the whole thing. But there's like one girl I follow on TikTok who she still has that old fashioned face shape where she looks like she's never seen an iPhone. And like the actor,
Josh Johnson has a bit about what's his name? The guy who is the main actor in Lovecraft Country, The Gentleman.
Yes, Ronald.
Yes, Ronald. But Josh Johnson has a joke about how he looks like he should be in sepia tone. He's just got one of those faces that looks like he belongs in sepia tone.
Yeah, so for a modern eye, people like Rosemary Clooney and Judy Garland look, even in their 20s, look older
yeah,
to a modern eye because we just don't have those face shapes anymore. Because of, but it was just pleasant. It just made it easier to watch Summer Stock. I've seen Summer Stock before and I've enjoyed it, and it was thankfully it was in that book of DVDs that we found that I forgot that I had, so I didn't have to hunt it down. But and I can watch it again when I want to. But it's there's only 10-year difference between the female main characters and the male main characters because there's several characters who get together in the movie, and looking at them, I'm like, oh, there's only 10 years apart. Gene Kelly was like 35, and Judy Garland, yes, unique golf drops, and Judy Garland was 26 when they made the movie. So it's like they're not that far apart. And add in their case, Judy Garland was the more famous person because she got famous because she was a young child actor. So she got famous early on, and so she actually helped him get jobs. So because he didn't start getting famous, he wasn't a child actor, so he didn't start getting famous late. So the power dynamic, even though she's 10 years younger than him, the power dynamic is here. So
Ronald. Yeah, Ari, I've been trying to watch the weather because we're supposed to be getting a pretty bad storm starting around Friday for us.
Yeah, same here. Your father's talking about picking up snacks and stuff because he's going out of town, and he's going to be gone for a little over a se'nnight. So he's gonna be out of town, so he wanted to make sure.
Circle back.
Why are you making faces?
You were already laughing because you knew that I had not a little
I'm
over
laughing at your face.
a little over a Senite. Pardon?
Yes, a little over a Senite. Negative 45 degrees. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh my God. So we have a few minutes left, but so let's speed through some of this stuff. Okay. The theme songs that don't match the shows, I can't remember what I meant to say with that. So I'm just going to leave that on the list because I might remember later.
Okay.
Okay. Cozy Caravan. I tried Heartopia. Have you, the two things that are hot right now, Heartopia and Cozy Caravan, have you heard about them?
I've been getting ads for Heartopia left and right, right, and center. I've not played it, but I've been getting ads for it.
I tried Heartopia on my iPad because you know I'm not good with controllers. So I tried Heartopia on my iPad. The controls were not comfortable for me. I tried My Sims because My Sims is on Apple Arcade, and I installed that on the iPad a while back, and I tried it for like 5 minutes, and I could not. Sometimes when there's games on the iPad, I can't control them because like I move and the character shoots forward, and then I try to move this way and the character shoots. You know, it's like it's too sensitive or something, and I can't control when I just want them to move a little bit. And so that just gets frustrating, and I give it like 5-10 minutes and then I'm like, I'm done. I can't. So Heartopia I could not control on the iPad, but it's also, you can also play it on computer, so I might try it on computer. They don't have, I don't hold out much hope for it because there's no controller support for playing it on the computer, which I'm not good with controllers anyway. But there's no controller support playing it on the computer. But also, I'm not very good doing keypad controls on a game on the computer. Unless there's just like one or two. When you have like
when it's just
5...
Like
what'd you say?
When it's just like spacebar, like just moving click and spacebar.
When like if you just have to use the arrow keys to make them move and then maybe a space bar or something, but when there's like all these different key combinations because you got to make them jump and you got to make them grab stuff out of inventory and you got to make them do this and that, I can't remember all those combinations and then I get frustrated.
We got to teach you how to use a controller. Because once you get used to a controller, things like that are so much easier on a controller. I mean, unless you're a PC gamer, but I feel like it's because you only have a set number of places where your hand can go, where your fingers can go. And so once you figure out those different things, then I feel like it's a lot easier to play games like that.
Well, I think of myself as primarily, well, first off, an iPad gamer. But before the iPad, I would have said I was a PC gamer more than a controller person because the games I did play were on PC. But now games have gotten complicated enough that there are so many key combinations that is too much for me.
Yeah. Also, full sidebar. Ronald says apparently trees can explode at that temperature. I thought I misheard somebody talking because I was watching a weather thing. I thought I misheard someone when they said exploding trees. You're telling me they were serious?
Exploding trees.
Floating? As in like just the water content of the tree gets too cold and turns to ice all at once and the trees explode? Is that science?
Your father seems to be concerned that the power might go out while he's gone. And there's no men folk living here anymore, so
yeah, do y'all have a plan for the heat and stuff?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
We don't know.
I have a propane heater down in my closet. We got plans for heat.
I guess I'll just stay under the blankets in my room.
About to be piled up with all those blankets you've been working on.
But so Heartopia is not my thing. I did try. Cozy Caravan came out at the same time, Yeah,
That boy
like
can
Isaac's
drive.
gonna leave his nice warm apartment to come be with us. But I tried Cozy Caravan. It's on Apple Arcade. I can control that a little bit easier. I didn't really get into it because I don't know if it's going to be my thing because there's not really a story to it. I also tried Potion Punch. I think it's called Potion Punch. It's kind of like a cooking game with a little bit of a story. They added that to Apple Arcade. I just downloaded that yesterday and tried a little bit of that. What is this Mossa VR?
It's so good. Okay, so a little background. A little over a month ago, Ari and Ronald and I got a free trial of Horizon Plus, which is the like subscription service for VR. And it's like Xbox Game Pass. It just gives you access to games. And Ronald only got a month. Ari and I got 2 months. But then when I went to cancel mine, it's like, girl, we like you so much. You want an extra month just to think about it? Maybe you want to get it? And I'm like, so I've got an extra month. So I'm trying out all these games before my month is up. But Moss is a game that I have been looking at for a while, have been wanting to try. I just never got around to it. It is so good and so cute. It's a puzzle platformer. And basically the story is there's this little mouse named Quill. Her uncle that she lives with used to be a knight to the king when the king was in power. But then one day these like evil forces came and took out the king and are looking for his glass. They have like enchanted pieces of glass. And that's what like gives them power. So they're looking for the king's glass and they haven't been able to find it. So they've been kind of occupying the kingdom where the king is. And everybody that lived in that area ran away, found this like grove or like clearing or whatever. They put up walls and so nothing can get in there. So they've been living there. But there was in finding the grove and securing it, there was a tree sprite who was the champion for his people. He had their glass, but he was felled when they were securing the safe space for the people. And when he was felled, a tree grew on top of him.
Oh no.
And so yes, but the people have been living like pretty chill until then. But Quill was going out exploring, found the tree, didn't realize this is the tree where that sprite was felled. She like goes, looks under the tree and finds his piece of glass. The glass bonds to her. And so now she's the new hero that has his glass that Ronald it's not getting that cold over there. Now she has the glass and is the new like keeper of the glass. But we as the player don't play as Quill. We play as the reader. So like part of this, so you start the game, you're in this big spacious library, and it's a game that's meant for VR, and so it's hard to kind of understand how cool it is without seeing it in the VR, because like looking at the screen, it looks kind of flat. In the VR, you're in a huge library, like huge spacious library. You're looking at this big book, you're like flipping the pages, reading the story, and there's a narrator who reads the story as you're flipping the pages, and all of a sudden you flip one page, it goes dark, it opens back up, you're in the world with Quill, and you see her like run. But then she picks up the glass. As soon as she picks up the glass, she looks up, she sees you. So you don't play as Quill, you play as the reader who's like guiding you through this thing, through like, because her like uncle has like finds out that she has the glass, and then she's trying to go save him from everybody and blah blah blah. But it is so cool because the characterization of the little mouse, like her little, like she breathes really fast because she's a really small like creature, so you see her and she's like running around, and you get like a sword that's made out of like grass and like a little gauntlet made out of grass, and you see the like sprites and stuff. But you go through it is so like, truly at one point I was getting like major thalassophobia because you are like looking and controlling this little tiny creature, but then if you look up, you're in this huge forest, because she is like looking at her looking at her in the game, she is mouse sized compared to you. You are human sized in this world, and you're looking at seeing this giant castle that these mice apparently built. You're seeing this giant like forest, and there's one point where you see like a human sized statue, like a statue of a human that's like buried under sand. So this is like in the future, humans are dead. Like when is this? What is it's so good. It's so
it sounds good. It sounds good. See, I like a game with a story.
Yeah, it definitely has a story. It is so good. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is when you're like, because you go back and forth between being in the world and then being in the library looking at the book. And when you're in the library looking at the book, the narrator voices all the different characters. It's one narrator, but she voices all the different characters. But then when you're in the actual story, the narrator will talk, and occasionally there will be another character that will talk. But Quill, the mouse, doesn't talk. When you're like actually in the story. But what she does do, I found out the very first time, because you get to a part where they're teaching you how to heal her in battles and stuff. So she like accidentally falls on some spikes and she's like injured, and so you have to heal her. And when you heal her, she walks up to you in the screen and goes, "Thank you." She does sign language.
Oh, cool!
So cool. I went and found a video after the fact of a deaf person talking about how they really enjoyed playing that game, because throughout the game she only does like minimal sign language, but she will like, if you leave her idling for long enough, she'll like point to stuff and do sign language to like give you hints of like what you need to do and stuff like that. So like if you know sign language, that is a really fun thing. I don't know very much sign language. I knew enough to know that she said thank you, and then there was one point where she signs like, "What are you?" Like when she first she signs like, "What are you?" So I knew enough to like know that she's doing sign language, but not enough to really understand what she's doing. But it's a really fun little thing.
Cool.
Yeah,
sounds fun.
It's a fun game.
Okay, Heated Rivalry.
What is everybody's talking about Heated Rivalry? I refuse to look it up. Is it a sport show? What is it? Is it a show? Is it a book?
I haven't watched it because it came out after I got rid of my HBO Max. Okay, who are you pointing at?
Wayne in the background saying "wow" because I'm over here yelling about Heated Rivalry. We're ignoring him.
I haven't watched it because like I said, my HBO Max, and I don't know if I would have watched it or not. But like Ronald says, barely sports. Although I've heard a lot of men who are hockey fans who said that they are getting what hockey is in the game. They're getting it right. Basically, from what I understand, it is based on a sports romance book.
Okay.
And
it's got the gays.
It's not a gay show. Hush. It's based on a sports book. And Kindle keeps trying to serve me the book, but it's not on Kindle Unlimited, so I ain't gonna be reading it. But it's basically these two different hockey players. They're on opposing teams, but they have a romance going on.
Okay.
So they are
shenanigans ensue.
Not what's the word I'm looking for?
Romeo
rivals. They are rivals in their work, but then they start to fall for each other.
Okay.
Outside of it. And the reason is getting all of this attention because it's pretty much Cinemax softcore porn.
Ooh, scandalous.
They be showing the stuff.
Scandalous. Also, yeah, you straight up said it's not a gay show, but they're gay though. But
no,
they're gay though.
It's not intended for the Alphabet Mafia because that is not that y'all aren't. You can read and watch what you want to watch, but the books are aimed at. There's a Japanese word for it that I don't know, but it's basically women who like to watch gay male romance.
Oh, it's like, what is it? Is it Yuri or Yaoi? Wayne, which one is it? Which one's for gay guys? Yuri or Yaoi? I think it's Yaoi, right? Because you're a weeb. Isn't it Yaoi? I think it's Yaoi. Because you would find that in like anime and manga too.
Yeah.
Like it's gay but meant for the other person.
It's gay, but it's for the female gays. It's women who are watching it. But
thank you, Ari. It is Yaoi.
it's gay boys together, but it's women who are watching it. So it's not. I can't say that they made it specifically for the Alphabet Mafia. They made it for straight women. Yes,
It's
they
gay.
made it for straight women. I think it's probably written by a straight woman, if I'm not mistaken. So it's. But since they are showing.
But everybody's getting all torn because it's smut. It's TV smut.
Yeah, because just like that other one several years ago where they were doing the do on the boat, I watched that one. And I can't remember what it's called.
What are you
where it's like she had an awful boyfriend and she goes out because she's pissed at the boyfriend, and then some rich guy kidnaps her, but he's like a mafia guy or something, but he just swoops her off the street and decides, I spotted you and decided you're mine.
This sounds like the plot of one of your
Love Boat. Hush, Rama.
This sounds like the plot of one of your Asian short dramas.
It does, doesn't it? It's before the verticals started getting popular. But yeah, it's like a vertical.
Speaking of which,
but there's a bunch of sex in it.
All those Asian vertical short dramas or whatever, I now have been getting a lot of commercials for like audiobook versions of those dramas.
Really?
And yes, and like it's so frustrating because one, it's for some sort of like audio app that you can like listen to the stories as audiobooks. But one of those plots is definitely the plot of one of those short dramas, because it's the one where the girl's like sister like burned her face or whatever, and then everybody said that she was cursed, and I'm like, I watched like 72 episodes of that. That is actually a short drama, but it's on the audio thing. But two, all of the commercials are freaking AI commercials, and I keep getting commercials for it, and so it's like there was one that was so wild that I was like, stop showing this to me. That like it started off and it's an AI voice, and it's like, I was born with my skull on the outside of my head when they saw my skull crown. And I'm like, no, we're done with this. It's like, this is a really terrible.
They don't even have the good AI voice. It sounds like
no, it's the annoying ones that you know is an AI voice. But I keep getting commercials for that.
Like when your Kindle app reads to you.
Essentially, not quite. It's like it's the AI voice that it's almost the AI voice that got popular on TikTok, where everybody uses it to like read the captions of like when she saw that her husband wasn't coming home that night, she said, like, you know, the ones that I'm talking about. I'm not even good at imitating it. It's so annoying. But I keep getting those commercials, and then there's also there's that. And then I keep getting AI commercials for the app that's like, when we said we were making an app like Duolingo, but for cleaning, we didn't think anybody was going to buy it. That one. So another AI commercial. And then
Dakota, what are you doing? No. I woke up with a woman's screams echoing in my head.
Sort of. It is like marginally better than that. Like marginally, so that like if you really weren't listening, you might think it's a person, but if you even listen for a moment, you're like, no, that's AI. But so I keep getting the short dramas turned into audiobooks, the one that's like the cleaning app, the Duolingo but for cleaning, that is also AI, the one that's like Duolingo but for eating, that's also AI, which I heard is really dangerous because you're supposed to use the eating app, you're supposed to use it to take a picture of your food, and there have been multiple like nutritionists that have tested out that app, and it is wildly inaccurate. Like they have a plate of pasta that they know and measured, and that plate of pasta is only like 200 calories or something. They take a picture with the app, and the app is like, no, that's 3,000 calories. What are you doing? Like it's a wild discrepancy that is going to absolutely make people not eat enough food. Really bad. And then the other thing that I keep getting commercials for is it's another all of my commercials are AI right now. It's really pissing me off. The other thing that I'm getting commercials for is it's an
Are
AI.
you getting these on YouTube or on Spotify?
Yeah. On YouTube. But
I don't get any AI commercials on YouTube.
Truly all of mine are AI. I could pull up YouTube right now if I knew where my phone was, and it would straight up be an AI commercial. The last thing that I'm getting AI commercials for is it's an AI fanfic writer, which gross. How dare you? It's like it writes a fanfic for you. So it's
Oh,
basically like a choose your
no.
own adventure of like, I want a fanfic of Sam and Dean from Supernatural. I want them to both be in love with me. And also I'm rich. Like you just fill in the stuff and then it like writes a fanfic for you to read, which absolutely gross. The whole point of fanfic is there are people out here in their basements writing these things and not attaching their name to it because they don't want to be known for it. Like, don't you put AI into that and take the heart out of fanfic. That's gross.
Yeah.
AI is already like way off the rails right now, but how dare you try to turn it into fanfic? Gross.
I'm with you. They're trying to make AI be everything. And I mean, we've discussed before, there are things that I like AI for. Like, I like when I go on Amazon and the AI summarizes what everybody's reviews were.
Yes.
They put a little summary at the top of it. I like that.
I don't think AI in itself is bad. I think that too many people have access to it right now. So it's going willy-nilly. Everybody's using it for everything. One, it's being used for too many things. Two, there's not enough regulations on the machinery for the AI, so they're using up all the water and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there needs to be regulations on that. AI, I think, is a useful tool that doesn't need to be like completely shut down. There just needs to be more regulations. People should not be able to sell AI crochet patterns. People should not be able to sell AI coloring books. People should not be able to sell AI apps that are writing fanfic. Like, we just need some regulations. AI at the top of my Google, sure. Make sure it's not using up people's water.
Yeah.
That is how I feel about the AI.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. I'm with you. So I think we have covered everything on our list.
Which is good, because I feel like I can't talk anymore. I feel like I'm about to fall into another coffee fit.
Don't you have market today?
I do. So I'm going to be chugging cough drops.
I'm going to eat some food and take a nap.
I'm going to take a nap when I get home. Actually, I can't do that because we're playing Beat Saber. We'll see if I can survive Beat Saber tonight.
They're looking forward to you. Of course you can survive Beat Saber. Can you survive long enough to do the outro?
Sure, because our outro is really quick. Hey, you there? You watching us? Like, comment, subscribe. Also, notification bell. And if you do all that, you're cute. If you don't do that, ugly. We want to cancel you like the AI. But if you do all that, cute. Do you have anything to add?
I have nothing to add.
Then I am ending this broadcast. Bye.